And it is time for the word on Wall Street. Top investors watching your money. Joining me right now is CIT Investment Associate Senior Vice President and Senior Portfolio Manager Bryce Doty. Bryce, one of the reasons is higher interest rates that we're expecting profits to be down. You know that. The Federal Reserve kicking off its two-day meeting today. The policy meeting is expected to end tomorrow with another rate hike. The futures market fully pricing in a 25 basis point hike. We also have a big week of economic data on deck, which is expected to show an impact from all of these rate hikes. The May Case-Shiller 20-city home price index out at 9 a.m. Eastern this morning. The first read of second quarter GDP and the durable goods number out for June out on Thursday, and the June PCE number out on Friday. Bryce, your expectations in the face of all these rate hikes?
Yeah, it's going to be a lot to digest this week for investors. The Fed, as you say, is probably going to raise rates. They seem to just be have convinced themselves that that's the thing to do, despite the recent softness in inflation. And the indicators coming later this week might bear out that they should raise rates. The PCE is stubbornly high. That's going to probably come in at 4%. That's their favorite number to look at. But what I would argue, and I think others recognize, is that it's really only the housing component that's stubbornly high. If you look at any inflation data that excludes housing components, and it's running closer to 3%. So there probably isn't really this urgency to raise rates. And why is the housing component so high? Well, if you raise mortgage rates from 3% to over 7%, you know, that's going to cause housing costs to go up. So them raising rates is actually going to be make it worse, not better. I think all the people coming into the workforce and seeing a robust surge in the workforce, especially among 25 to 54-year-olds, is the biggest reason that inflation's coming down. It's because companies have been able to resolve all these shortages that were causing inflation in the first place, despite what the Fed has tried to do to employment. So I think that the Fed is going to raise rates, but doesn't need to, and it's just we just need to get past it to get to a more rational, normalized environment.
So do you think we will see a recession still, Bryce?
It won't be like a normal recession. So normally, you know, when people get laid off, they can't find another job, they you know, have to cut back spending, and it's just a terrible ordeal. What's happening now is that with 1.6 job openings per person looking for a job, you don't see that. People get laid off, they get back into another job, and they keep their income going. So despite higher rates, just as you know, we just discussed, people are still buying cars and things like that because they are getting jobs. And so it will have a slowdown. The economy will stall more than anything, rather than reverse and contract. It won't be like a typical recession.
Okay, we'll be watching that. Bryce, Garrett, great to see you both. Thanks very much, gentlemen.